You can't teach that.
When she says, I just want to play basketball, it doesn't mean that she doesn't have a heart for all this, a soul for all this. She's just trying to figure out the basketball first.
But keep your spirits up, because you're at a decisive advantage, Angel Reese. You're at a decisive advantage because they made the mistake of letting you know who they are, whoever those people are.
Experts just flatly dismantled Angel Reese for her unrelenting animosity toward Caitlyn Clark. What happens when she can't take the heat? She has a complete meltdown. Like, really, if you're going to make a big statement, at least be brave enough to accept the applause you get in return. In particular in the WNBA, where the professionals are brutal. They do more than just vent. They are fully supported by stat boards, receipts, and other documentation. Something has to be there. Let's get started. Nope, be shit. This is it. Exactly this moment. Caitlyn Clark once more. Whoa, hold on a second. They've been comparing her and Clark and making it very evident by piling up all the moments and data. The charges that Angel has been leveling, yes, they were unexpected. And just like you're about to, millions of people are going crazy now that they've seen this side by side. Caitlyn Clark is my dear. This show has had her as a guest. I find her to be amazing. She's been dubbed the Steph Curry of women's basketball by me, and she hasn't taken any action to reverse that. This young woman is amazing, really. Overall, she has been fantastic for women's basketball. I'm sure you've seen a million videos saying things like Angel hates Clark or Angel said this and Angel made this gesture at CT after all these compliments from experts. However, has anyone genuinely explained to you why Angel is behaving in this way? Perhaps jealousy? But hold on, Angel is a formidable creature in her own right. Thus, what sort of jealousy are we even discussing here? Now, be careful, I'm going to spill the tea. Let's go back in time to September 14th, 2024 first. Just now, Caitlyn Clark broke the record for the most assists in a single season in the WNBA. She broke Alyssa Thomas's old record of 316 assists with her 321st. In the WNBA, she is the most prolific passer, with 317 assists to her credit. Caitlyn Clark has surpassed the record for the most in a single season. Well, other from the fact that Indianapolis area code is 317. Hold on, though. It wasn't as though Clark was handing out assists like she had a secret code. She was in every place. She nearly achieved a triple-double by scoring 18 points, dishing out 9 assists, and grabbing 8 rebounds. The chef's kiss is the girl's concept of courtship. As if it were the simplest thing in the world, she was finding time to score and setting up teammates left and right. She just erased all of her social media accounts, according to an Angel, since she was so upset over seeing this news on every single post. Really, folks, I have, however, erased social media from my phone. Thus, having the ability to do that, to take a break, even merely to meditate and practice self-care. Naturally, the cameras were focused on her. Her performance had reporters drooling all over the place. She was essentially being referred to as one of the best playmakers in the history of the game. That night was the Caitlyn Clark show, and everyone had front row seats, so forget about anything else. Not everyone, though, was a fan. Let's introduce Angel Reese. Yes, the Angel Reese who has been fighting both on and off the court, particularly with the media. Reese is then questioned about Clark's record-breaking game and her response. Absolute cold. It's my responsibility to shock myself before I shock other people. It doesn't really matter what other people think. I simply want to improve every day for my teammates because that is who I am. Okay, Angel, but what about your face? That made a totally different statement. The footage is not fake. They then focused in on Reese, who appeared to have just smelled something foul. She was furious. Not only because Clark was trolling around ticking off accomplishments. For weeks, Reese had been frustrated. And that frustration just kept building like a bothersome notification every time someone mentioned Clark's name. You're unable to swipe away. Did the reporters back down, though? Naturally, no. They continued to pry and poke, often bringing up Clark's name. And Reese did her best to play it casual, dismissing it as unimportant. But let's face it, it was important. Now, if you've been following the Angel Reese vs. Caitlyn Clark story, you undoubtedly want evidence that Reese is having difficulties while Clark is gleaming brightly, don't you? Thus, Angel Reese had a moment on August 30th, 2024, during a pivotal game between the Connecticut Sun and the Chicago Sky. It was the initial quarter. The match was close. And with a clear path to the basket, Reese found herself on a three-point play during one fast break. Easy bucket, no issue is presumably what everyone in the arena is thinking. But nope, she doesn't even come close to missing the layup. And after that, what took place? The Sun went on to win 82-80, narrowly defeating the Sky by 2 points. Indeed, you guessed correctly. Everyone focused on that missed layup right away. The game was very close, really. Even if I feel like I could have done more tonight, I still feel like I should have done more because I have a daily job to do whether I'm a rookie or a better. The media was quick to seize the opportunity. In the post-game interviews, they struck Reese with question after question, like sharks sensing blood in the sea. Her answer, be as calm as a cucumber, just like process, and have faith in God not every day will be pleasant. It's my girl, blow wheel, another one. Even though the sun doesn't shine every day, I still allow them on. Of course, Caitlyn Clark is rent-free because it's Angel Reese. Everybody's mind began to race with analogies. Here are some of Angel's strongest supporters arguing against drawing comparisons between them. But why is that? Because you all find the truth intolerable. Since they are now conjoined, this is where a lot of the hate comes in. If we truly want to end Angel getting as much flack for you guys as she does, we two must separate. However, Angel's strategy differs greatly from Caitlyn's. Instead of defending Caitlyn Clark's excellence and her accomplishments, I believe that a greater number of people will recognize Angel's talents if we can break the tie that unites them. And now for Stephen A. Smith, who spoke up right away. How can you introduce the players to the Indiana Fever and discuss them all when Caitlyn Clark is now one of them? Who, incidentally, is the Rookie of the Year leading the league? How are you able to accomplish that? That's what I told you all. On this episode, I've debated with the legendary Andrea Carter, a superb ESPN analyst. I've had arguments with two of the voices in it, Monica McNutt, and the excellent basketball expert Janae Ogamike. The New York Knicks voices and her professional endeavors, they are aware of my affection and support, but I'll wait to hear from you to let me know if I was correct. Caitlyn Clark ought to have been a member of Team USA. He said, and yes, Clark was the person he was alluding to, if you're wondering. Here, nuance is not an option. He addressed Reese's difficulties head-on, pointing out that while she has skill, where is the follow-through when it matters? To be honest, it's a story that became widely accepted. People started focusing on Reese because of his history of stuttering during crucial occasions rather than just that one error. It wasn't even limited to that particular game. Rewind to July 12, 2024, when the Dallas Wings were played by the Skies. Reese missed 2 free throws in the closing 30 seconds, which was another nail-biter, and that resulted in a sad defeat of 79-77. Thus, indeed, the murmur began to materialize into actual news stories. Is this starting to become the norm, or can Reese perform well under duress? And to everyone who mentioned that she's simply a shooter, well, you know, as the greatest scorer in college basketball history, she's already broken the record for rookie assists. She is also an amazing sight that, in my opinion, many people missed. Her aptitude for identifying the approachable individual. It's a trait you inherit from birth. What was Caitlyn Clark up to in the interim? Simply become the clutch queen on a casual basis. On July 21st, 2024, Clark made a game-winning three-pointer with a ticking clock to help her side defeat the Minnesota Lynx in overtime. Like in this crucial moment, Clark was dropping daggers while Reese was misfiring on his free throws. The distinction was becoming increasingly apparent. There are other professionals who have stated it directly. But for some reason, Caitlyn is more fascinating to watch than Angel, therefore the audience prefers to watch her. But hold on, we're not quite done. Chicago Sky versus Atlanta Dream on August 5th, 2024. It was another close match. One more minute and the Sky is down. And who has the opportunity to surpass them? Reese Angel. And after that, what occurs? You guessed it. Layup missed. Atlanta wins with a score of 8-8-8-6. It's getting to the point where even Reese can't break the pattern. It seems that the more she tries to escape this ominous cloud of clutch problems, the more these instances accumulate. As far as playing goes, I believe we were going quite hard inside. We seem to have gone up very strongly quite a few times and received very few calls. Additionally, after watching the movie again, I saw that several calls went unanswered. Somebody got a unique whistle, I suppose. Clark is out there building to her highlight reel in the meanwhile. Against the Los Angeles Sparks on August 22nd, 2024, she scored 8 points in the final 2 minutes, including 2 huge three-pointers, and carried her team to victory all by herself. And there's Pat McAfee, who never fails to provide entertainment. Pat McAfee offered a more nuanced perspective in his own way. Interpretation. While he wasn't exactly giving Reese the runaround, he also didn't fully roast her. In essence, he was repeating what everyone else was saying, Reese and Clark's domination. She isn't, though. There is a full class. This is happening because of this rookie class. It is the following generation. That's entertaining then. And then there's Doris Burke, who consistently contributes that analytical, no-nonsense thought. Nothing was sugarcoated by her. Doris calmly reminded out that Reese is getting more and more agitated with every game, and Clark just keeps turning up when it matters most. And let's speak the truth. It's no longer exactly a secret that Reese is frustrated. Her entire face shows it. Every time Clark hits a buzzer beater or wins a game, Reese's mood plummets. Her concealment seems less effective. Who was responsible for her? Every missed opportunity and close loss fuels the fire. The media and tension are real. I see they love it. It's like the basketball drama we accidentally needed. Every expert keeps mentioning Reese vs. Clark. Highest ever WNBA attendance. Many eyes on the draft. Where's everyone going? Despite wanting to pay attention, we know that's WNBA football. What fresh air is, this is when things get messy. Reese has apparently struggled behind the scenes with this criticism. Evidently, after a few tough games, especially when she feels she could have done better. She has breakdowns. The first place fevered son, first game released. Naturally, this is the building's first sellout since 2003. Sometimes it's obvious how much it hurts her. Her body language in post-game interviews speaks volumes. Hunch not looking, she seems to be straining to stay together, but the weight is too great. The pros? Not that they were kind. She is being criticized on national television for every mistake. Obviously, that costs. Let's discuss this distinction. Caitlyn Clark stays calm under pressure. Nothing seems to shake her. Clark is breaking records and making three-pointers without hesitation. What more do you know? She's doing it calmly. Her media and pressure aren't settling. Reese can't escape the noise, but it's like she has an invisible force field that blocks it.